Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at the Home Depot out in Prosper, Texas. As always, please make sure you are hitting the like button for this video, as well as following me on Instagram at Grow Folds. And for those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome. My name is Richie and I do daily 1-hour plant shopping videos. So hopefully you guys enjoy today's installment. It is a late afternoon, early evening run to the Home Depot out in Prosper, Texas. I am based out in North Dallas, so I do a lot of these big box store plant shopping videos. These are one of the first big box store places that I've actually featured previously on the channel. I found a lot of proven winners plants, so we're going to see if they have any restock. So we are almost at the end of the first month of the new year, and we've been seeing a lot of restock, so we'll see what we have available there. What I like about this location though is they typically keep it full, but we'll see if they actually have any new plants. But before we get into the plant shopping, I did want to announce that I am part of a plant podcast called The Cultivation Corner. This is with Janae Simone and Steven of I Live Plants. Season 2 will be premiering February 18th at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, so definitely check it out. But I'm going to actually feature some of the plants that this Home Depot has right at the get-go. This is right next to the returns or customer service area. This one is for $10.98. This is another type of peperomia, and I was actually told that peperomias are not a popular plant, or not many people are into them. For me, peperomias are easy to care for plants. Now this with particular peperomias, you have to really be mindful about not getting their stems wet because they can kind of rot off. It's kind of similar to African violet plant care, so you want to make sure that your peperomias are taken care of in that sense, that you water them from the bottom, so bottom watering them. But for $10.98, this is Vigoro plants. Not a bad price at all for these plants. And so whenever you're shopping at Home Depot, you'll see a lot of Vigoro plants. Here is a Calathea in a 6-inch ceramic planter, terracotta planter, $19.98. And you already know with Calatheas, there's just a little bit more challenging to grow. What I would say about Calatheas is if you're able to provide them with quite a bit of bright indirect light, higher humidity levels, and better water quality, as in if you're watering them with more like distilled water versus tap water or that sort of thing, you may have better success for that. This one is for $10.98. Calathea lancifolia, it's also known as the rattlesnake Calathea. It's one of the more common ones, and you know the sad part is Calatheas would make such beautiful plants to keep, but they just are hard to grow. Syngonium green pixie, $10.98, and you can see that the leaves are a little bit smaller. I like Syngoniums in the sense that Syngoniums are a little bit faster growing plants. It's a plant that doesn't have trouble growing, but the problem with Syngoniums is they are very much not so much drought tolerant, if that makes any sense. So if you do not water your Syngoniums for a long period of time, they really quickly decline in health. They get very leggy. They also need a little bit higher lighting conditions, otherwise they get a little bit leggy. What I would say about Syngoniums is if you do grow them on a totem pole or moss pole, they will end up actually getting larger leaves, and their leaves actually create a more mature shape. They get trilobes versus just the arrowhead look. Love Syngoniums. They will always be my first love when it comes to plants, but at the current moment, I'm kind of falling out of love with them just because I haven't had the most success, and it's really because I'm the one to blame for that. I don't really water them as consistently, so if I put them in semi-hydroponic substrates like Choose Upon or Leca, it'll be a little bit easier. And then over here, $19.98, you can see that we've got a blue ceramic planter. Really love the look of that as well. I wish that the blue was more of a matte finish. So I talk about like plant aesthetics again, plant foldies. It's all about your personal taste, but I like more simplistic planters, and I like planters that have more of a matte finish versus a shiny glaze. This one again is for $19.98. This is another philodendron moonlight, and you'll see there's at least 2, maybe 3 plants in each one. So in hindsight, it's probably going to just cost you about $10 per plant once you buy this, and you can actually separate it, or you can keep it to where it's a little bit more full. The philodendron moonlights here are not nearly as yellowish or neon colored because it may not have gotten the best lighting conditions. Whenever it comes to more neon colored plants, you have to make sure that you are providing them with quite a bit of bright indirect light for them to maintain that coloration. Love philodendron moonlight in a sense that it is an easy to care for plant. It is a plant that if you just water it when the soil is dry, keep it in a bright indirect lighting condition, it will do very well for you. Alocasia amazonica. So this right here looks like an Alocasia poly as well. This is for $10.98. This Alocasia, or Alocasias in general, I would say they're not as challenging as a Calathea, but they're still challenging in a sense that they're very much spider mite prone, specifically the Amazonica. If you're able to grow them in lechuza pond, they're going to do amazing. When they're grown in soil, you just have to make sure that you're watering it when the soil is about an inch dry from the topsoil, and also just to make sure that you're giving them higher humidity levels. If you're not able to provide them higher humidity levels, make sure the lighting condition is optimal and you are spraying them consistently with like neem oil spray or a pest preventative spray, because they are so spider mite prone. And you can see the classic, one of my favorite common easy care houseplants, and that would be the Aglaonema, and specifically the Aglaonema red Siam. This is for $19.98. These are 6-inch planters, and you can see there is a whole bunch of Aglaonema red Siams. This is one that you can easily find at a big box store, local grocery. It is one of the most common Aglaonemas, but as I pan away here, you already know if it is a grow folds video that I will talk about Aglaonemas. I am an Aglaonema collector. I am somebody that wants to campaign for Aglaonemas to be more of a trending plant, a plant that everybody's talking about. I want to see more people actually collecting them because they're so easy to take care of. Drought tolerant, low light tolerant, and even though they are a slow grower, they're still super easy. I mean, overwatering is what will kill them, but if you are like me who doesn't have nearly as much time to water my plants, they're a little bit more forgiving when it comes to being underwatered. So Aglaonema red Siam, it also the coloration of Aglaonemas is really dependent on the lighting conditions. So if you provide them with more bright indirect light, if you don't have the best lighting conditions, growing them under a grow light, you'll be able to push out more of the red margins or the red borders of the leaves. You can see that it's got a gorgeous pink stem, and I would just recommend everybody checking out different varieties of Aglaonema. If you are on Etsy, for instance, you can see some of the more Indonesian sellers that sell these hybrids, or you can check out Green Spaces ID, greenspaces.id. It's a website. Check out Aglaonema. You will see a lot of hybrids. Yesterday, I premiered a video where I did an unboxing video of my previous orders of Green Spaces ID, and you saw a lot of hybrid Aglaonema. So definitely check it out if you are just discovering this channel. And honestly, if you made it this far into the video, please make sure you're hitting the like button and subscribing to this channel with all the notification bell on. So Plant Foldies, if you've been following me, can you double check to see if you are subscribed, but move your notifications to, instead of personal notifications, all notifications, so that way you're always looped in whenever I do an update. So we're gonna go ahead and walk into the indoor garden section right here. We'll see if they have a lot of plants. So it's kind of been like a hit or miss with certain big box stores. I have not been here in a while. We recently just got a bunch of snow, so maybe some of the restocks might be delayed, but I want to try to diversify the content for sure and show you things outside of shopping at big box stores. So you'll see more plant updates, more curated how to do tutorials for plant care. And if you have any suggestions on what you want to see, please leave that in the comment section. But before I get into the plants, I did want to show you some more of the plant products I use. I definitely use Osmocote. This is for $16.47. It is not a bad price at all. Slow release fertilizer that you can put and mix into your soil substrates. It is a very gentle, slow release fertilizer that is going to continue to feed your plants. And I can already tell that this Home Depot location might be a little bit more sparse with the plant collection or the plants they have available, but we're still going to talk about it. Ficus lyrata, Like I said, again, this fiddle fig leaf tree, beautiful plant. Mine are doing well. That the thing about ficus is that you want to make sure you are consistently watering them. This one is slightly finicky, but if you're able to provide it with quite a bit of bright light, indirect light, and stay on top of the watering, you'll get some beautiful leaves like this. I've actually delved into possibly getting a ficus lyrata variegated form, but we'll see what that looks like. And then we'll see that we have an Alocasia California right here, and there is some pothos enjoy plants there. It looks like some of this the pothos plants that were like ground cover have been a little bit damaged, so I'm not sure if these were out or what happened, but it's not nearly as lush and full. Now the Alocasia is still a nice looking one. I just can't grow Alocasias this size indoors just because I don't have the space, nor do I have the humidity levels for it. But you can see here we do have a Sansevieria, and we have a Sansevieria with pothos plants. So these combination planters, I'm on the fence on that. And plant foliage, you can see right here, we do have some Alocasia Regal Shields, beautiful plant for only $29.98 for a 10-inch planter. I would love to be able to grow an Alocasia Regal Shields. I've attempted to grow these larger Alocasia, but number one, I don't really have all of the space for these types of plants in my home. I already have some large leaf plants. And then number two, Alocasias, at least for me, the Alocasia Regal Shields is a little bit more spider mite prone. I do love the satin finish, and then also the veins underneath it, the green veins. You can see that this is actually in flower as well. Now, here's the thing about house plants that have flowers. I would recommend cutting the flowers off because they tend to put more energy to produce the flower. Therefore, your plant's not going to really grow as vigorous as if it didn't have flowers. Flowers in general take a lot of energy from the plant. So if you are growing like an Alocasia, an Aglaonema, or any plants that you're not trying to capture seeds from, I would definitely cut the flowers off. But you can see beautiful plant, and this would look so stunning if you actually like clean the leaves and use the neem oil spray for it. But as you can see right over here, we do have quite a bit of Alocasia, and I'm just going to walk around and show you the gorgeous foliage. Again, plant foliage, if you made it this far into the video and you haven't pressed the thumbs up or like button, definitely check that out and press that button. It definitely pushes this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. And just leave me comments about some of the plants that you are liking or seeing in this video if you have any questions. And just know that I will just feature plants and talk about some of the actual planters today, because Home Depot has quite a bit of planters, and that's something that I want to delve into a little bit more while I am shopping for houseplants at a big box store. But you can see we have some flowers here. Love the look of the Alocasia Regal Shields. We're going to talk about some of the plant products I use. I definitely use Super Thrive. This is a B vitamin that I would recommend for anybody that has plants, especially when you're putting plants in semi-hydro, or if you have a plant that's struggling, it really helps recover the plant. Osmocote, again, is another plant must for products. This one's for $16.47. Sometimes you can find it for a little bit cheaper on Amazon, so definitely do your plant pricing comparisons. And then you can see Miracle-Gro fertilizers. Some people have their opinions about Miracle-Gro fertilizers, but they do work very well for me. And I even just use the all-purpose fertilizer. It definitely gives my plants at least the nutrients they need if I'm growing them in soil. And you can see that there is the NPK, so nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Now, if you want more blooms on your plant, typically the phosphorus route is a lot higher. And whenever you are trying to get plants to get some stable roots, you want to get more of like the flower food bloom booster, because it has a higher phosphorus rate. If you want more like foliage or growth, you want to look for the first number to be the higher number, because it'll push out the growth. And in potassium, what I do is actually take banana peels, soak them in water, and water with banana peel water to have an organic potassium watering for my plants, so that actually helps them from getting diseases. So if you want to make the, I guess, immune systems of your plants to be stronger, water with some banana peel water that you soak. I let it soak for like 2 or 3 hours and then water my plants with that. And then another organic fertilizer I like to use is fish plant fertilizer. This one is a very mild fertilizer. It's definitely going to help your roots develop better, and it just helps the plant grow and be more vigorous as well. This one's for $16.97. And then we also have worm casting. So if you're using soil substrates, mixing earthworm castings is a really good organic fertilizer. So we talk about plants, but we also need to talk about fertilizers to make sure that they're the most healthy when it comes to those nutrients, because they need nutrients in order for them to really grow properly. So now we're going to be looking at some of the planters right over here. So this one doesn't have a drainage hole, so this would actually be really good for like semi-hydroponics. This one is, I believe, a 4 or 5 inch planter, and you can see right here the prices are not that bad for these planters. You can see I love the white pots. I have a lot of white cream pots in my plant collection. I tend to go for the more subtle, less flamboyant pots. I really love simple shapes like this. This one is in a 4 inch or 3 inch planter right here. And so we're just going to pick up this. So a lot of folks will not really attribute Home Depot as a place that has a lot of stylish planters. But as you can see right over here, we have the white planters. This just has a little bit of texture. This one doesn't have a drainage hole. But the thing about it is, if you want to have drainage holes, you can always drill a hole into it. But now that I've actually gotten into semi-hydroponic substrates, like using Leca or Pond, I would just find a catch pot and then eventually just put it in these planters right here. This one is for $7.97, and we're just going to keep looking at some of the planters here. So they've got them in a color story where you've got the white planters. This one is $11.97 right here. So it's a combination of white and like a wooden kind of texture right here. That's a really nice looking pot. And again, this pot doesn't really have a drainage hole, so you can actually put Leca in there. So some people actually use Leca and don't use like a catch pot, but for me, I would definitely need a catch pot so I can actually rinse out the Leca if needed be. This one's $18.97. So obviously this one's a little bit more pricey. This one is a larger 8 inch planter. And then let's take a look at this. Now, I really like the texture of this. So I don't mind the texture of this one right here. It has a very modern vibe about it. So the texture has like gold margins on it, and it's a really nice pot. I'm actually tempted to purchase this. So whenever you think about like plant styling and just having planters accentuate the plant, this would definitely be one that would fit into my plant collection. So as far as like my houseplant collection, plant foldies, I am definitely working on my houseplant tour. I definitely want to show y'all this. I know I've been talking about it for more than a year, but I just really want to make sure that I have a quality video for y'all, not just one that I actually just filmed and put a voice over. Like, I really want to take a little bit more time on the panning, editing, soundtrack, and just even the commentary of it, because I actually want to make sure that I have a great representation of my plant collection, but also my interior design. This one right here is more of a our orchid planter. You can see that there are a lot of drainage holes here, and actually what you could do is put this and use it as a the main pot into the catch pots right here. So we're going to take a look and see if this will actually fit in one of the pots. So this one I was hoping would fit. Let's see. I'm going to take it down and see if I can put this here so I can put a water reservoir. So this one is a little too small for this particular pot, so we can try another pot and see. But that's what I would do. I would buy one of these planters right here, these pots. This is a clear one too, so you can actually see what it is. And this one perfectly fits $9.97. And then look, you can see it will fit right in here. And I would like actually fit or actually put water or the nutrient solution about 30% into the pot. So that's something I would actually delve in. And then we're just going to pick up some pots right over here. Now, as far as plant styling, the types of planters you use, let me know in the comments section, plant foldies, if you would put a specific type of planter or what you would do with these planters. Let me know in the comments section. You already know I love that engagement for anybody who actually takes the time to not only click on my video, watch my video, but also leave a comment. That's when I know you are a loyal plant foldie, somebody that really follows my content and really believes in it. And I did want to shout you out and say thank you for that. Now, as far as the proven winners, we actually have these for $5.98. So we have a variety of different types of Hoyas. I've actually gotten a couple of Hoyas from proven winners. Love proven winners plants. I hope that they actually produce even more plants to be available at big box stores because they are pretty cost effective. This is the Leaf Joy series. So this is a Hoya right here. Hoya carnosa, I think freckled splash. And then we have a Peperomia obtusifolia over there. And this is a Hoya A Drift. That's what Proven Winners calls it. And the thing about Proven Winners is that they have a little bit more different names for some of the plants. I feel like they renamed the plants, which is okay because if you're producing mass amounts of plants, you can do whatever you want in terms of like what you want to name the plants. And that's the thing, plant foldies. We can see this one right over here. This is a sweet and sour peperomia, which is really more of a variegated Peperomia obtusifolia. You can see there is a piece of that plant that got broken off. I would hope that you could actually put that in some water and maybe propagate it. These are again for $5.98. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up some more of these proven winner planters or plants. Let me know in the comment section what you think. That we have quite a bit of different types of plants by proven winners. You can see this one right here. We've got an Epiprimnum Aureum Marble Queen Pothos, $5.98 again in a 3.5 inch planter. They do have different names for this. Like this is the Snowy Morning, but when you think about it, it looks like a Marble Queen Pothos. Pothos plants, if you don't have one in your plant collection, I say this in all the videos, you must get one because these are easy to care for plants that are easy to propagate and they are inexpensive. And if you're looking to save on money as far as your plant budget, you definitely want to add this to your collection right here. We have another Marble Queen Pothos that looks really nice. As far as the lighting conditions, you want to give it bright and direct light for it to really do well and to give you that variegation. If you're looking for more of just a green variety, we have the Epiprimnum Aureum jade pothos. This one is a low variegated golden pothos, but this one is just the jade pothos, again for $5.98. And look at the extensive root system. It's starting to trail. There's just one yellowing leaf, but other than that, this is a really healthy specimen. I would recommend, if I were to buy one, I would definitely buy this one from this store. I am all about just getting more pothos and just easy care plants to my houseplant collection, just because I feel like when you have easy plants to take care of, you're not as stressed about having to go to water each one or just have to deal with any of the plant pests. But as I spin around here, you can see they have lots of different types of planters. So we're going to go ahead and delve into some of the stylistic aspects of plant styling. I tend to like more modern looking planters, ones that don't have a lot of texture and just really simple styles. So you can see right here, I really love pink planters, and this one is made in Germany. So this would be like a really good candidate to put in Aglaonema. So this one doesn't have a drainage hole. So if you're going to use semi-hydroponics, this could be the catch pot. And this one is the 6-inch one for $24. It is a nice ceramic planter, and you can see this is made in Germany. So it looks like a lot of the European-made planters tend to have more of a modern vibe to it, which I prefer for at least my plant aesthetic. And then this one's for $9.97. I believe this is another German planter here. Really love the look of that gray. It will just match any of the neutral colors in a space. And then we have a Vigoro planter with a plant stand, 4.5-inch Bishop planter for $12.97.
Cut the cord that kept us connected, blacking out the mirror where your light once reflected all of the love.
I'm gonna walk over here and take a look at how this cordyline plant, which is actually more of an uncommon one by Proven Winners. This one's polished in pinstripes. Really love this one. I'm actually tempted to buy another one soon and just see how it fits. And it fits okay, but you could see that it's just the planter or the plant is actually a little bit taller than what it needs to be. But either way, that's what you would do with these types of planters, is just use it as a catch pot and keep the plant in its grower pot. Oftentimes we are tempted to just repot the plant into another planter. I honestly wouldn't suggest doing that whenever you buy plants right from a big box store or a local nursery. Over here is for $2.97, and I actually want to buy this and maybe spray paint it a different color. But I love ginkgo trees, and you can see that it's got some ginkgo leaf patterns. Didn't expect that. And for $2.97, that is a really good price. I would love to get this planter here. It is going to fit my decor because, again, my interior design is really modern, contemporary, minimalistic in a sense, and then also with shades of Japanese inspired themes. Really love a ginkgo tree. It is one of my favorite trees alongside with Japanese maples, but the 7-inch planter is not bad. And you can see that it's a raw water reservoir. I don't know if you can actually pull this up and just use it as a catch pot for maybe semi-hydroponics. That would be awesome, but I would definitely change the color, maybe a cream or pink color, just using spray paint to do that. But really nice pot. It's very light, which I need as well, because I'm thinking about actually putting plants on like floating shelves to really maximize my space. But Vigoro planters are pretty cost effective as well. And you can see right here, I do like these resin planters. This one is just a simple gray one, and that's really the aesthetic I like. I like matte finishes, I like grays, I like neutral colors, and these are also really good cost effective pricing. $6.97 for the small one right here. So you've got a terracotta / gray look, and then this is really cool, $9.97. We've got a cactus planter, so you can put a cactus or succulent here. Really nice looking planter as well. This one I believe is in a 3.5-inch diameter, and so you can put plants here. I would recommend putting maybe a sansevieria or some type of snake plant in that, and we have many different colors. I love the look of this one as well. This is another one where I would put this in my plant collection. I would use this actually $24.97 for the 8-inch one as a reservoir for semi-hydroponics. I would just use a catch pot and then put that in there. and have one just growing in semi-hydroponics. And then you can see right here, this gunmetal is really nice as well. So you can see that Vigoro Plants has some really nice looking planters. I would prefer it to have more of a smooth finish, but you know, it's really to each his own in terms of just what aesthetic or styling you have. The most important thing is if it really fits for your personality. I always say try not to imitate or mimic other people's styles, have your own identity, and you know, really enjoy that plant process and just how you style your plants. Like this one right here, Syngonium Milk Confetti again. And I just remember when Syngonium Milk Confetti was super expensive. Now you've got it here at a big box store. I would say with the Syngonium Confetti, giving it more bright indirect light will push out more of the speckling and pink variegation. I am thankful that Leaf Joy by Proven Winners is readily available. And then we have a cordyline polished in pinstripes. And this one is a beautiful cordyline. Here's the thing about cordylines. This one is a little bit more dwarf and compact. So this is a little bit more of a good candidate in terms of growing this indoors. But I would tell you with cordyline tea plants, they are very susceptible to spider mites whenever you grow them indoors. So what I would suggest is making sure that they're in an area that gets a lot of bright indirect light. Also making sure that maybe you have higher humidity levels, but if you don't have the higher humidity levels for a cordyline plant, at least spraying them down with neem oil spray maybe once or twice a week to maintain and just protect the leaves from getting spider mites. When you have dry environments, that's when plants are a little bit more susceptible to spider mites, as well as just the plant's health. So we talk about, you know, whenever a plant is declining in health, it has this pheromone where plant pests are more susceptible to attacking it because its health is compromised. So things that you can also help with is maybe, you know, feeding your plants with a higher concentrate of potassium. It does help in the fertilizer to boost the immune system. It's kind of like if a human being drinks emergency or what is it, that vitamin C to help boost your immune system. Plants have that same thing or same type of reaction whenever you are increasing the potassium level in their watering. Now, as far as that, you might want to do a little bit more research on how much potassium you need to give a plant because it could really, you know, take it off balance. This is a philodendron fall leaves is what Leaf Joy Proven Winners is calling. This is $19.98. And this is what you call straight hydroponic growing. So you're growing them in just water. This is again $19.98. And look at how extensive the pothos plant roots are. Really love the look of that as well. And you can just see that it's a healthy looking plant. I would choose a pothos plant to add in my collection any day because it is easy to care for. And I just love the look of the pothos plant. It is one that I would recommend, and it is one that I definitely feel like we need to get back into conversation. I think there's not enough conversation about pothos plants. I don't think that a lot of people are really getting as excited, and some people will say it's because they don't need to be sold to people. People already know them. They're very established, but I do think that there isn't as big of a craze to collect pothos plants. Let me know in the comment sections, Plant Foldy, again, if you agree, disagree. I want to know your plant insights. What I do know is if you don't have a pothos plant, I will say this in all my videos, so get ready. Please add one to your plant collection. If there's anything I can do to influence people or at least try to get more light into some of these underrated, common plants, definitely listen to my suggestions. I will not steer you away from having some plants that will bring you joy. But I am going to pick up some more of these plants like calatheas. You know the story. Calatheas I would not recommend for just the average person who wants to just grow plants. You really have to be dedicated to their care conditions, specifically their environment, like this Calathea lancifolia, for instance. This one is a nice one, but it is one that is also finicky. What's very discouraging is the fact that calatheas just look so inviting, but when you don't give them the environment they need, they decline in health very quickly. Aglaonema Silver Bay, this is by Vigoro Plants, $14.98. And you can see this one right here has so many little babies. So like this is how you can get an Aglaonema to become even more full. It actually pushes out more babies as it actually matures or is in a happy state. With Aglaonema Silver Bay, that is as common as the Aglaonema Red Siam. These are two Aglaonema. I hope as you guys have continued to engage and watch my plant shopping videos that you would actually add this into your plant collection. Start out with a 6-inch Aglaonema Silver Bay. It will not do you wrong, and actually actually $14.98. It's a little bit more cost effective as instead of buying the Costa Farms self-watering planter for $15.98. So even that dollar difference does matter. I'm all about saving money. I am all about financing, responsible financing when it comes to a hobby such as plants. It's very easy for us to just want to swipe our credit card or just continue to consume plants, but then we realize that we've overspent. So definitely compare and contrast your plant pricing. I would recommend finding coupons or special deals or really waiting whenever a plant is on sale before you really commit to buying it. But love Aglaonema Silver Bay. It can tolerate lower light conditions. Water when the soil is completely dry. I would fertilize these with a balanced 20-20-20 fertilizer, or use an organic fertilizer such as Weed the Wild Grow concentrate, maybe every 2 weeks, and you will find some really good success for that. But I am just going to continue to walk around here. You can see that we've got a lot of these plants. Now these are all proven winner plants. These are the Ficus elastica Chloe. This one, somebody put this as a catch pot, really nice looking pot actually. And Ficus elastica Chloe has more rounder leaves whenever you are looking at ficus plants. Anything ficus related, I will always say this, is you need to make sure you have quite a bit of bright light. Otherwise, the plant's not going to do well. Oftentimes, ficus plants will actually drop its leaves when it's not getting the right lighting conditions. And then I'm just going to keep walking around and picking up some of the Leaf Joy Proven Winners series. Love that Proven Winners is actually producing more house plants. I know that they were better known for gardening plants, landscaping plants, but now that they're into the indoor tropical plants, love it, love it, love it. And I hope that we continue to get more releases from them. You can see they have different types of philodendron. This is a philodendron pop art, but it looks like either a black cardinal or a red imperial or even a rojo Congo. But with these types of philodendron, they do get pretty large, and they're easy care plants. So we're just going to keep picking up these plants, and I'll show you which ones they have available at this Home Depot. We've got a Ficus benjamina, just a regular one. So these are considered indoor tree plants. The thing about it is Ficus benjamina in general, they shed a lot of their leaves, especially when you do not water them consistently. And if they don't have enough light, they're very finicky plants in that way. But if you're able to get them to establish, these are beautiful plants. Like I had a Ficus benjamina variegated version like this. Unfortunately, I underwatered it, so it dropped all of its leaves. But when I did a scratch test on the bark just to see if it actually was green, it was still green. So basically, I'm just waiting for it to push out new leaves, and I'm going to grow it under a grow light to try to get it to recover. It's currently in plant purgatory, so we'll see if it wants to live or if it's going to go all the way to plant heaven. Either way, it is another beautiful plant. Love the variegation. This is a really good candidate also for bonsai and plant foldies. I will be doing some bonsai plant content for you as well, so stay tuned for that in the next couple of weeks. And then we're looking at some more Ficus elastica. This is the ruby, also known as Belize for Proven Winners. Give it lots of light. It'll have more of those reddish tintish ruby tones. And in the Ficus elastica Taniki, love the Taniki. I actually have a couple of rubber tree plants. Whenever it's spring and summer, I actually put them outside and let them grow in full sun. Obviously, you don't want to just put them out in full sun. You need to acclimate them first. So put them in like a bright, shady area and slowly and gradually move them outside to where they can get full sun. They will thrive. When I was in the Philippines on vacation last year in July, I saw Ficus elasticas as tall as 20 to 25 feet in height. So that was really amazing. And then we're going to look at some Aglaonema. So this is an Aglaonema Nicole. Thanks to Costa Farms for actually having a plant ID for that one when I went to their website. What I love is this one is $29.98. I'm super tempted to buy this because it is in a 10-inch planter. Super easy to care for plant. This is another plant that has that nice silver foliage. If you spray it with a leaf shine or neem oil spray and really rub down the plant with, microfiber gloves that I use, it would actually enhance the shine on this. And it's just such a beautiful plant. Very easy plant. I repeat, very easy plant to take care of. And I know that some Aglaonemas are a lot more colorful. So even these ones are already at a disadvantage because they're more of the green versions. But I would tell you the green silvery ones are just as beautiful as the colorful ones because they're a little bit more vigorous in their growth. Aglaonemas are a little bit slower in growth and they're more readily available. They do size up fairly well and they can tolerate lower light conditions. You don't have to give them as much light as the colorful Aglaonemas for them to still grow and have that nice coloration. So I would recommend that for anything else. And as far as all of these Aglaonemas in general, beautiful plants, and it's one that I would highly recommend for sure. We've got the Aglaonema Nicole, we've got the Aglaonema Silver Bay, and just many plants that we have available. I would definitely recommend one of these. If you want one that's larger, Home Depot is a great candidate. And you can see we have an Aglaonema White Rain. I ended up buying it a White Rain here at this particular Home Depot. This has some more of the gold in the middle, and I love that coloration as well. We've got the more consistent philodendron. So this is a philodendron Rojo Congo. Really love the look of that. And I just love that it is another philodendron that's common, but is such a good grower. We've got a bird's nest fern right over here by Proven Winners. And these are for $29.98. You can see how large it can get. I've seen these get really massive. As far as bird's nest fern, I'm not as in tune to possibly getting one just because of the space it will potentially have to have once it gets a little bit larger. It is one of the more easier ferns to grow. So if you want to add a fern in your plant collection, I would recommend a bird's nest fern. Just plan for it to get sized up pretty fast. And then I need to get another philodendron silver sword. And you can see that Proven Winners has them on a pole. And so that's what you need. As far as this philodendron, it wants to climb. And when you let it climb, the leaves get larger and larger. And it is such a beautiful one. This is a vining type one that wants to climb up a pole. And you can see how gorgeous that silver foliage is. I love silver plants. There's an element of elegance that has silver plants. And this one particularly, I love the leaf shape. And as it matures, it gets larger and it has more of like an arrowhead type shape. It really does look like a silver sword. And it used to be a plant that was quite expensive. And now that it's at, big box stores, Proven Winners has really upped their game in terms of just getting more house plants. And you can see this one's already attached to the pole, which means it is going to continue to grow. So you'll have to get more attached to that actual pole for it to climb. So that is another plant that just needs bright indirect light, water when the soil is dry, and that is basically it. This philodendron, the silver sword, is quite easy. It does need light, and you can see this silver sword next to the Aglaonema Nicole. Love that silver foliage. You can have a silver foliage plant collection and it will do extremely well because these are both easy to care for plants. People, as you can see that we don't have nearly as many plants to really look at, although they have a lot of large specimens of Alocasia regal shields. Love that as well. So I'm just going to do a final pan around here and just show you, even though they don't have nearly as many plants, I would always say whenever you're shopping for plants, even if there's not a big restock, as long as the plants are healthy, as long as there's some selection, you can still probably find plants. And even though I'm not going to buy any plants from Home Depot today, I did want to just showcase what is currently available here and my suggestions for easy to care for plants, as well as how to save money on plants. Compare and contrast plant pricing, look for clearance plants, find plants if you're able to do trades, and then you should be able to save some money. But I did want to go right across, right next to the grocery store plant shopping. This is the Kroger Marketplace, also in Prosper, Texas. This is right next to the Home Depot. So I'm going to do a 2-in-1 special and show you what plants they have here. As always, if you made it this far into the video and have not pressed the like button or the thumbs up button, please do that. It definitely helps me out. So do that for me as well. And then also, if you want to connect with me, follow me on Instagram at Growfold. If you really want to stay connected to me all day, every day, I often post there. I often post live stories and even do live streams there if you want to check me out. But it is a late afternoon, early evening. So it's about to be like 5:30 or 6 when I film this. I did want to see what Kroger has, and I have been filming a lot of Kroger grocery store plant shopping content. So you'll see that this week. But as far as this one is a marketplace, which means it's a larger than the regular Kroger. So as far as Prosper, Texas, it is up north. It is a northern suburb of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. For those that are not here, living here, it is a highly fast-growing community. So lots of businesses are really opening up. This one, I would say, is a really nice place to go shopping, especially for your groceries, but also for your plants, because they have a large selection. So whenever you're going shopping for plants, houseplants in general, they will always be in the floral department. And the good thing about it is, grocery store plants are considered like produce. So they want to make sure that they keep their plants healthy. And if their plants are not, 100% healthy or declining in health, that's when they start to mark them down and put them on sale, put them on clearance. And I have found some amazing plant prices, particularly at Kroger. And you can see right now, they do have some Lunar New Year plants available. This one is a chrysanthemum China yellow. Love the look of it. And it is just a common looking chrysanthemum. This one is for $11.99. And with chrysanthemums, they are perennials. And for those that don't know what the term perennials means, it means that you can actually grow them in the garden, and they will return year after year. So you don't have to like rebuy them and plant them again. So that's a good thing about chrysanthemums. I always say, if you're going to give me flowers, give me one that's potted up, so that way they can live past the time they bloom. So that's really exciting. And what I've also been told is Kroger actually has some like low variegated philodendron pink princess popping up in 10-inch planters for only $19.99. So we'll see if we can find that. And then we have some more chrysanthemums here. This one needs to be watered because it looks like the leaves are a little bit droopy. Here we have some large foliage plants, philodendron red imperial of $19.99. And then take a look at this. So this is a philodendron white knight, and it's for only $19.99. And look at how large the leaves are. Now, clearly, this is not a highly variegated specimen, but needless to say, beautiful plant. And for $19.99, that's not a bad price at all. However, if you wait, it may end up actually going on clearance for as low as $4. So I'm going to definitely check this Kroger location out next week and see if they put some more of these plants on clearance. This one has a little bit of cosmetic damage, so they may end up actually clearancing this out. I wouldn't actually buy this one though, just because it's already a large plant and I don't have the space. Even if you run into a plant that has a good price, if you don't have the space or you don't have the environment, I would still recommend holding off from buying the plant. Now clearly you can buy the plant and maybe gift it to a friend. I always say sharing is caring, and I care about the plant foldies, and I wish that I could get you guys all these aglaonemas, for instance, that I find. I am on a mission because there is a particular aglaonema that Kroger has called the aglaonema red vein that I want to just go and rescue. I mean, it's $29.99. It's a little bit pricey for a 3-inch aglaonema, but knowing Kroger, you can actually save a ton of money. You can manage your finances, especially if you are on a budget. You can just see if they mark them down. So we'll look at the markdown plant pricing, but you can see that spring is almost around the corner, and with spring you see tulip bulbs and you see hyacinths, and hyacinths they are just so fragrant. I did want to show you some more of these Phalaenopsis orchids right here, and I'm just going to pick them up and show you what they have. Love the Lunar New Year decorations that they have on these Phalaenopsis orchids. These are super cute. That one is for $14.99.
You don't want my heart, you don't want my love, you just want me crying over you. You don't want my heart, you don't want my love, you just want me crying over you. And I'm thinking about you.
Right here, we've got some more supplies for fertilizer, Miracle-Gro. They've got plant food spikes, they've got flowering food, they've got orchid food, they've got sprays, they've got it all. They've got leaf shine. So you can also get your plant supplies at Kroger by Miracle-Gro. And then you can see this is more of the indoor tropical plants. This one is everybody's favorite. This is a Hydra Helix in a 4.5-inch planter. This one is for $9.99, and it's just a green variety. I love English ivy. I just can't grow them. These Hedera Helix, it is just a pain to grow them indoors. And I guess, I will give you a gold star, a gold medal if you're able to grow these indoors long term. I love the look of English ivy because they remind me of maple tree leaves, the shapes, and I love any type of maple tree. It's a favorite of mine in terms of trees. And then you can see right here, we've got a lemon button fern. So I'm just going to pick up all of these plants. There's different colors and varieties of planters here, and this one is for $13.99. These are by Mason Farms. They source a lot of their plants to Kroger specifically.
Thinking about you. Thinking about
That is the plant find I was talking about. So take a look at the aglaonema red vein. This is another one that was hard to find. You could only get this plant imported, but you can see now that Tropic Treasures has released it, and I actually love that it's got a red planter. It really does match that fiery red, and I would just say with this Aglaonema, it has the red veins for sure, and I think that the new leaves actually unfurl like a very light color, and it does darken up. Love the plant. So far, I have rescued 3 Aglaonema red veins. What I did is I put them in semi-hydroponic leca for to be specific, and you can see there is a Ficus laurata fake one. It's a fake plant, and then we have another Aglaonema red vein here. So I'm just going to pick this up. I would recommend seeing if you can get these when they are marked down. I've seen them as low as $4. I typically see them for $9, and just depending on whether you want to just rehab them or rescue them, I would recommend it. Like this one should be marked down. I wish they would, because I would buy it, and look at how red that leaf is. Absolutely stunning plant. And shout out to Tropic Treasures. That nursery alone, just being able to produce some more of these rare and uncommon Aglaonemas. I have been told that the Aglaonema red vein tends to grow a little bit faster than some of the more fancy Aglaonema. I would definitely love to get all of these Aglaonemas, because when you look at this, as far as an Aglaonema collector, this one is really one that's challenging to find in the United States. I'm glad that they actually have this. This is considered a more rare or uncommon Aglaonema, and it's a beautiful one because you can see that it looks like even somebody just took some like neon red color pen and just like drew lines in here. What an interesting plant. Plant care tips again is this one would need a little bit more bright indirect light, water when the soil is completely dry. Aglaonema hate to be waterlogged. You don't want to leave them in like very mushy soil. If you're going to grow them in a soil substrate, definitely give them more chunky soil mix. So that's what I would recommend, and we're just going to keep picking these up. In the comment section, plant foldies, if you would love to buy an Aglaonema red vein, or if you own one. Like, I am almost tempted to buy these at full price, but $29.99 is still a little bit pricey, considering if you have a little bit more patience, these eventually will get marked down on clearance. And I am all about saving money. As much as I love the plant, I also love being comfortable and making sure that I can still have money for myself for other expenses. That's the thing about growing plants. Sometimes we forget that we have bills to pay, a mortgage, etc., and it is tax season, so I need to make sure that all of my finances are together. I also wanted to show you these Epipremnum Aureum Enjoy Pothos. This is in a 6-inch planter for $9.99. Love this. Easy care plant, one I would recommend. Definitely get yourself an Enjoy Pothos. Really love the look of the Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue Pothos. Beautiful plant. This one does require a little bit more light in order for it to really grow. And if you put it on a pole, it will get larger leaves. Love the silver foliage, but if you don't give enough light and you don't water it a little bit more consistently, it will get leggy and it's just not going to grow the best for you. So this is a pothos plant that needs more bright light and more water as compared to, say, that Enjoy Potho right next to it. Beautiful plant. It's endemic to my home country, the Philippines. They call it Tibatib there, and it is a beautiful plant. More light will give you more of that silverish blue tone to it. see we've got some more bromeliads here. Colorful ones for only $14.99. And then I just have to revisit all of these gorgeous plants. This one is a Calathea rospicta. Beautiful plant. I believe this is for $9.99. I do like the planter. It kind of matches the purple tone about it. It's just a plant I cannot add to my plant collection just because it's giving me a lot of pain. It ends up going to plant heaven. And then just look at these Aglaonema red veins. That is the highlight for me. And this is the reason why I have been going to a lot of Kroger grocery stores, because of how gorgeous this Aglaonema is. I'm curious to see what Tropic Treasures will release next month. It looks like every other month or so they have another variety of a rare plant that makes it into Kroger grocery stores. I want to buy all of the Aglaonema, like plant foldies. Let me know in the comment section. Should I rescue all of these Aglaonema? Should I buy them at full price? What should I do? Because I do not want to see these precious Aglaonema make it into plant heaven. They are just so gorgeous. Right here, plant foldies, they've got lots of ficus plants. We had a ficus elastica, we've got a ficus lyrata, and all of these are for $19.99. So it's a little bit pricey. I would recommend going to like maybe Home Depot, Lowe's, or Walmart for these types of plants. But if you're going to look for easy care plants, definitely recommend buying this Epipremnum aureum Enjoy. This one is for $9.99. I do think it's a little bit pricey, but you don't often see Enjoy pothos in a 6-inch planter. And look at how large the leaves are. Nice plant, and it holds onto its variegation even if you don't give it enough bright indirect light. Talk about green plants. I love the peace lily, gorgeous plant as well. It is another one only for $16.99. Would really recommend this one for anybody that wants a green foliage plant that's easy care. You just have to make sure that you are watering it pretty much every day. It does not like to dry out completely. Otherwise, it'll look like it's on the brink of going to plant heaven. Still, it's a good plant price, and it's one I would recommend. It's an easy to care for plant, one that can tolerate very low light conditions. The 6-inch planters for pothos plants or Epipremnum aureum. This one is a neon pothos. This one is an example of how it didn't give as much like bright indirect light, meaning that it's a little bit more green. But if you're going to ask me which place sells 6-inch planters of pothos that are the least expensive, I would say Kroger for $9.99. Really good plant price as well, and I would definitely be tempted to buy this. Now, I've been able to find pothos plants on clearance at Kroger for only $2, so I may just wait, although I am tempted to buy this one because it's super full and lush, and I just love that natural leaf shine it also has. Let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, if you would buy this pothos plant or what you think of the Kroger plants here. I love taking you to different places so you can see what kind of plants are available. spider plant, you've seen Dieffenbachia, and now you're looking at a philodendron white measure, also known as a philodendron Birkin. These are all by Mason Farms. And then we also have a Chiflera right here for $13.99. So all of the 5-inch planters by Mason Farms are $13.99. I like this. It's just a green umbrella plant, but it's one that's easy to care for and one that is common. You can find this, and that's all about, that's the thing. I always think that the common plants are gorgeous, but they also have Alocasia Mickey Mouse for only $13.99. So that's really cool. A variegated Xanthosoma is really what it is, I think. So correct me if I'm wrong. Beautiful plant. I didn't really expect to find a Mickey Mouse Alocasia here, but for $13.99, that's the thing. You can find some rare and uncommon Alocasias at Kroger grocery store of all places. So that's exciting. And I'm just going to keep picking up these Mickey Mouse Alocasias. Love that variegation. It is a finicky plant. It is a plant that you have to water the soil whenever the top or inch of the soil is dry. Water it and give it higher humidity levels. Give it lots of bright indirect light, and you should be able to grow it successfully. It is an Alocasia, so it is a little bit more challenging of a plant, but they have a lot of selection here. And you can see right over here, we've got a Palea plant, and we also have some Calathea rospictas here. I love that they had these organized by color. Again, I am just really tempted to buy more of these plants. I love going to Kroger grocery stores, specifically Kroger marketplaces, because they have large plants. But I'm going to pan around here and kind of show you what else they have. I'm going to walk into the clearance section. This is where they have it, so we're going to take a look at this. So this one right here is a Aglaonema Silver Bay. Used to be $19.99. It's only $8. So that would be one I would rescue, but I already have one. And then this Spathiphyllum here looks perfect, and it's reduced to $6.81 versus $16.99. So you can see that you can save quite a bit of money at Kroger. So you just have to know when they reduce the plants and buy it when they're reduced. So I'm just going to keep picking up some more of these reduced plant prices. Aglaonema Red Vein, $9.12 versus it being originally $29.99. Like, I would even venture to ask the employees if they might be able to mark it down further, because if they are to like $4, I would buy every single one of them. But you can see right here, this one is actually not a bad looking one as well. Let me know in the comment section if I should rescue these for $9.12, or should I wait a little bit further until they mark them down even more. But that's one place to really save money, is go to Kroger whenever they reduce their plants, because they do some massive reductions in price. Like, this one definitely needs to be $4, but it is $9.12. So let me know in the comment section which plants you would buy in the clearance section here. really tempted to buy this Aglaonema red vein for sure, and just all of these clearance plant prices. So, you know, as far as what that's concerned, I would just recommend it. But if you like this video today, please make sure you are hitting the thumbs up button, as well as subscribing to my YouTube channel at Growfolds. This is Richie. I will definitely see you with a brand new video tomorrow. Bye. Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Growfolds, and today we'll be big box store plant shopping at the Lowe's in Allen, Texas. As always, please make sure you press the like button for this video, as well as following me on Instagram at Growfolds. That is the fastest and most direct way to get in touch with me. If you have any questions about the plants or anything about my plant shopping videos, it is a late afternoon, early evening, and I wanted to do a quick plant shopping video right after work. So we're going to see what plants they have available here. Rumor has it that they got a massive restock of new Costa Farms plants. So we're going to take a look at all of that. This is one of my favorite Lowe's to go shopping at because they always have a full selection of plants. So we'll see what kind of plant finds I have at this location. But before we do that,
okay, closing.
I don't know.
Oh.
Hey guys, so if you've already watched our episode, we both have episodes for Peta's Planters, so we go into detail about the plants you have. I'm here with Janae. Steven is not here. Insert picture of Steven for Cultivation Corner.
He didn't skip work for us.
He didn't. I mean, I'm off on Tuesdays on a Tuesday. But if you haven't already seen all of the plants that Peta has, Aglaonemas galore, definitely a need, but she also has a bunch of Alocasias, new philodendron hybrids. What else did you see, Janae?
Oh my goodness. Like even this beautiful philodendron ring of fire, and she has escaletos, y'all. All very reasonable and pet friendly plants
and
as well.
Let's not forget the Syndapsis too. She has some Syndapsis on totems, variegated Syndapsis. Yes. For those that are rare plant finders. Definitely get to Peta's Planters. It is in Dallas, Texas. Small business, but it packs a huge impact when it comes to your plant collection. We've been shopping here for a while.
Yes.
I'm addicted. She feeds my plant addiction, and you know, I need help, but it's okay. It's good, right?
It's okay. Yeah.
It's okay.
I love supporting Peta's Planters. We definitely want to support small businesses, local businesses out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And for those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. Welcome to the channel. My name is Richie, and I do daily plant shopping videos with a live premiere chat. So if you made it during a live premiere chat, which is typically at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I am based out in North Dallas. You can even chat with all of the plant foldies here. This community is continuing to grow, and that is because you guys have really given me a lot of your time to watch my shopping videos. And also for those that came out and actually pressed the thumbs up or like button for these videos, you know, if we get over 120 likes for this video, typically it will push it out to more than an extra 1,000 viewers that could potentially grow this channel with more plant foldies. So again, if you are watching this video or if you're discovering my channel for the first time, again, welcome, and I hope that you will just take the time to press the thumbs up or like button. The more likes this video has, typically the algorithm or just the powers of YouTube will push this content out to more plant lovers. And I really want a lot of people to see my shopping videos, my shopping adventures. And before we start looking at all of the plants here, I'm gonna go outside and see if they have any plants or anything that is available before the sun sets. But you can see a lot of the big box stores are actually putting out a bunch of these bare rooted roses, and we've got some Kalia lilies right over here, but it looks like the outdoor section hasn't been replenished quite yet. So in the next week or two, we're gonna go double check to see that. And if you watched my videos from last year, you already know that I feature a lot of landscaping plants, gardening plants. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up with all of my tropical houseplant shopping videos. But you can see right here, they've gotten a shipment of live trends plants, love that. And we also have just quite a bit of orchids and all sorts of urban jungle and live trends plants. But today's video is really going to focus on a lot of the new Costa Farms houseplants. You already know that Costa Farms is a major nursery out in the United States that provides plants to several big box stores like Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, and even Target. So hopefully we can go through all of these racks. It looks like there is an overage of Costa Farms houseplants, which is super exciting. And just a little bit of news for those that are watching this video. Cultivation Corner Season 2 is going to be premiering on February 18th at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. On February 15th, that weekend, me, my co-host Janae Simone, and Stephen of I Live Plants will complete the filming and editing, and then we will be premiering that following Tuesday. We're hoping to actually do an in-person meetup and do a live showing. So for those plant foldies, for all of Janae's subscribers, the Simonians, and for Steven's subscribers, the Uplifters, let's combine together. And if we do have a meetup, we are definitely going to announce it on our respective channels. I did want to say, for those that actually watched my shorts video of my face reveal or semi-face reveal of me doing a catwalk, don't take me seriously. I'm just Filipino, and Filipinos love beauty pageants. Miss Universe is a thing, and you know, the part of me actually just wants to mimic some of these beauty queens. Call me silly, but if you didn't see that shorts video, definitely check it out. That's just me being silly. And that's the thing, I do faceless YouTube, but if you actually tune into the Cultivation Corner Plant podcast, you see a little bit more of me, and you definitely will see more of my personality, because this channel, I really want to just be able to pick up plants like this. Like, this is some type of orchid. I don't know what kind of orchid it is, but you'll see that Lowe's has different types of orchids outside of the Phalaenopsis orchid. So I'm just going to pull these up. I think these are for $18.98. So if you want an orchid collection or to start one, you can go to Lowe's and definitely start an orchid collection. You can see this is the Lunar New Year month. So we still have a bunch of these Lunar New Year planters by Live Trends. This one is a ficus ginseng, or ginseng ficus. Beautiful plant. It's got a really nice caudex, and it's very much in theme with the Lunar New Year. Love the planter as well. Has that gold look about it, and just the actual Asian theme accessories. Really like that. And as far as just some of the seasonal plants, I love the fact that Live Trends really is the pioneer when it comes to seasonal plants. So as far as the Lunar New Year collection, love that. And as you can see right here, plant foldies, like, look at this. There are racks and racks of different types of Costa Farms plants, self-watering planters, trending tropicals, as well as exotic angel houseplants by Costa Farms. So we're going to just take a look at the self-watering planters. Now, these are for $15.98. It looks like Costa Farms has released another batch of different types of calatheas. Now, this is a calathea green goddess. Love the look of the this particular calathea, but as I've stated in a lot of my shopping videos, calatheas are just not going to make it into my plant collection, because I have sent so many to Plant Heaven, and I'm really trying to simplify my plant care and my collection of plants. A lot of my plants are easy care plants specifically, and you already know, and you I'm sure you can guess it, but I love Aglaonemas. And if you haven't already, definitely definitely look at some of the Aglaonema varieties I've featured in some of my shopping videos. But as you can see right over here, Calathea Green Goddess, it's a beautiful color. I love that it's just mostly green, but with Calatheas, in order to really keep them alive, you have to give it higher humidity levels. I would say quality for water is also important. So they don't really like to use hard water or tap water. You want to use rainwater or distilled, and they are a little bit more susceptible to spider mites. So you want to make sure that the humidity levels are higher. And a lot of people have said that if you actually put Calatheas bunched up with other plants, they tend to do better. They also don't like to stay dry for too long. So you want to make sure that you are watering them consistently as well. Now, this is another bromeliad, and you can see that the planter this bromeliad in is up my alley in terms of the aesthetic of the planter. I really like modern contemporary looks in terms of my planters. I like minimalistic looks for my planters just because I feel like having a more minimalistic shape or modern planter kind of keeps the plant as being more of the center of attention or the focal point versus the planter. Now, some people may disagree. Some people say that they like textures, they like personality in the planters. And that's what makes collecting plants, growing plants fun, because when you start to meet other plant lovers, other plant foldies, for instance, everybody's opinion differs, and that's okay. It is okay to have a difference of opinion. I always say a difference of opinion is a great thing because then we are able to have open discussions and it just makes things a little bit more interesting. It's the same thing with like the diversity of plants that you can see at a big box store. I mean, here is another bromeliad, for instance, by Costa Farms, and I am so excited to see what spring brings around when it comes to Costa Farms plants, because we've already seen quite a bit of restocks now. North Dallas did get a cold spell, and so some of these Rhaphidophora tetraspermas, these are for $19.98, did get some cold damage. I will say that I recently got plants from overseas from Green Spaces ID. So if you want some rare or uncommon plants for a really cost-effective price, go to www.greenspaces.id and you can shop there. You can use my promo code GROWFOLDS20 for 20% off your entire purchase. But I did receive a shipment, which I will be doing an unboxing video. I just have to finish editing it, and you can see what new Aglaonema I received. There was some slight cold damage, and that's the thing. Whenever you are transporting plants, especially from like a tropical country like Indonesia, all the way to New Jersey, and then from New Jersey to North Dallas, there might be some potential of some cold damage. And that's the same thing with any of these plants that are coming from Florida to North Dallas. There was a little bit of damage for the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. Now these ponytail palms are doing very well. These ones are only for $15.98. And just to give you a little bit of insight on this particular Lowe's location, if you go back to some of my older plant shopping videos, you will see I've done quite a bit of these shopping videos at this particular location. So if you're looking for like the top 4 Lowe's locations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, this is definitely in the top 4 because it's super full. It's always getting new plants. And there's always a new variety of plants that you will find. You can see right over here, we got a Syndapsis trubii Moonlight. This is also known as the Silver Sterling plant for $19.98. I recently acquired one of these in a 6-inch planter, and I was super excited because I ended up finding it at a local nursery called Callaway's Nursery for only $16.99. And if you're gonna ask me tips on how to save money or how to manage your finances when it comes to having a plant hobby, I would always recommend comparing and contrasting plant pricing from big box stores like Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, or even Target, and then also looking at online pricing as well as local nursery pricing. Just because a plant is at a big box store doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to be the most cost effective. And you can see this is the very first Hydra Helix. or what you call the Hedera Helix or English Ivy. This one is for $5.98. And look at the texture and just the leaf shape of that one. That's really interesting. And we're going to be seeing a lot of Hedera Helix today. And then you can see right here, we've got a hanging Kokodama of a succulent plant right here. Very interesting, very earth-friendly planter for sure, because they're using a coconut to actually house that succulent right there. Very interesting concept. And then you can see right over here, here is another Hedera Helix, another Hedera Helix, or this is the mini Adam Ivy right here. Beautiful variegation. And for those that are new to the channel, hopefully I didn't startle you by saying Hedera Helix. That is actually the mispronunciation of Hedera Helix, which is the correct way of saying it. When I was originally doing shopping videos, I was actually saying Hedera Helix, and then I had a viewer, Plantfoldy, actually give me the right pronunciation. But you know, that saying has kind of stuck around for more than a year. For the OG or original Plantfoldies, it's like an inside joke. It's part of the community, and so hopefully it's not too cringy for you, because I've already gotten lots of feedback about how it's cringy, how they have to like press the mute button, etc., etc. I appreciate the feedback, but like I said again, it's one of those things where I've just realized as a content creator or somebody that has a YouTube channel or just social media, you can listen to some of the feedback, maybe make some adjustments. But for me, I like saying Hedera Helix. And so I'm just going to go ahead and say that and keep that as part of the channel. You know, it's all about being your most authentic self. And for the Plantfoldies that have actually really embraced me for who I am, my reasons to go faceless on YouTube and just to let me be me, I really appreciate you, because at the end of the day, it's not necessarily about me. It's about the plants and really focusing on the plants. Now, if you want to see a little bit more about my personality or just me in general, you must subscribe to the Cultivation official YouTube channel. So do a search for Cultivation Corner. Season 2 is about to be premiering very, very soon. It's February 18th, again, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have 10 really good episodes filmed, so it is definitely longer, with longer episodes, with a lot more spice. We have this new term called blind items. So if you ever watch like tabloids about blind items, it's just going to be a really interesting season. We've got some guest speakers as well, and guests on the Plant Podcast. And in season 3 is already renewed and ready to go as well. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully all of the Plantfoldies, the 11,700 subscribers, I can't believe our community has grown that much. Hopefully you will also subscribe to the YouTube channel at Cultivation Corner. We have about 300 subscribers now, but I figured we should all just go over to that channel and subscribe as well. So hopefully you can support my project with my really good friends Janae, Simone, and Stephen of I Live Plants. And you can just see right here lots of different types of exotic angel Costa Farms plants. You can see that is a Peperomia obtusifolia, and then we have another Dieffenbachia here. Now, Dieffenbachias, I love the look of it, especially since the foliage is really bright. This one is for $5.98, but the problem with Dieffenbachia is they look similar to Aglaonema, but their care tips are on the other side of the spectrum in terms of Dieffenbachia require quite a bit of light. Dieffenbachia need higher humidity levels, and they really don't do well being dry in terms of the soil for a long period of time. So for me, it's just a little bit more of a challenging plant. And then you can see right over here, we've got some crotons. I can show you the plant ID for this one, $5.98. And you know, part of me really wants to collect crotons, but the problem with crotons is indoor spaces are not really conducive to being able to grow a croton long-term indoors. And the reason being, it's the lighting. And as we continue to go shopping together, as we spend our hard-earned money on some of these plants, I will say that really factor in your lighting conditions, because a lot of times your houseplant journey is really going to be dictated by the type of light you have in your indoor space. Now, clearly you can supplement your light with more more grow lights. I know I use a couple of grow lights, but for the most part, I try to just source out plants that are a little bit more low light tolerant and drought tolerant. Like this one right here, this Dieffenbachia compacta, for instance, beautiful color on the leaves, but this is $5.98. I just don't think I could grow this long term. Now I do have a Dieffenbachia variegated mint that I just got from Green Spaces ID, but the thing is I will be putting that in semi-hydro, so that makes the plant care a lot easier. Now here is another Hydra Helix. This one is the Hedera Helix Wonderful Ivy, and it's definitely wonderful because look at how gorgeous the variegation is, but I also love how the leaf shape is. You know, English Ivy, the reason why I am obsessed about them is that they look like maple leaves or Japanese maple leaves, and I love Japanese maples. Acer palmatum is another collection of plants that I haven't really delved into my plant YouTube channel. I will be visiting Metro Maples Japanese nursery, Japanese maple nursery out in Fort Worth, Texas. Definitely going to check that out. But you know, aside from just indoor tropical plants, easy care plants, shopping for plants, I love bonsai and Japanese maples as well. So that's just really my eclectic taste when it comes to plants. And this year I do plan on also growing vegetables, because why not? Vegetables from the garden is always going to taste better than what you can get from the store. And with this day and age, with inflation, with you know, things just getting a little bit more expensive, I am really trying to find cost-effective ways to really manage my my finances and budgets. Now over here is another Hydra Helix. This one is the Hedera Helix Florida Ivy, and actually I have just come across this ivy not too long ago, just a couple weeks back. I've never seen this ivy before at a big box store, and granted, I am basically at a big box store, local nursery, grocery store, anywhere that sells plants on a daily basis, and that plant I haven't seen until recently. Palea Dark Mystery. This is a beautiful plant, $8.98. And I've noticed that the 5-inch planters by Costa Farms have raised $1, because back then, or at least last year, these were $7.98. Now these 5-inch Costa Farms plants are $8.98. So just the cost of living, just things are a little bit more expensive as the years come around. I just recently filed for my health benefits, and it's like up by $2. So that is the reason why I am hustling on YouTube. I am finding ways to supplement my salary, and hopefully with the support of the Plant Foldies, by simply just watching my videos all the way through, by pressing the thumbs up or like button, it really does help my YouTube channel out, and it just helps grow it. And you know, I will be really transparent. This is a form of passive income for me, and a lot of it has to do with just feeding my hobby of plants. So for those that have sent a super sticker, a super thanks, I really appreciate that, and that is an option that you can do to give me a monetary tip or gift me a monetary tip. Obviously, you do not need to do that. Do not feel obligated to, but for those that are new, or for those that were just not aware that you could leave a monetary tip, for content creators on YouTube, just press the super sticker button, which is basically on the right hand bottom corner, the dollar sign, and you can just send it amount. So I wanted to put that out there as I continue to do plant shopping videos, and just to inform people that that is an option. And you can see right here, here is another gorgeous Hydra Helix, and this one is in a 6-inch planter. Really nice full hanging basket. You know, that's the thing about English Ivy. If these could honestly grow in my indoor spaces long term, I would pretty much collect all of the English Ivy. I am curious to see how many English Ivy Costa Farms actually has. I mean, you can see right over here, here's another Hydra Helix. And this one is the Jubilee Ivy. So it's got a nice leaf shape. It's got a really nice variegation as well. And, you know, English Ivy in general, or what you call the Hedera Helix, If you were to plant them in your landscape, they are very invasive plants. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend planting an English ivy in the ground unless you wanted to take over your lawn. And also it could do damage because if it crawls up a wall, especially if you have wooden, a wooden house, it's just not a good thing to put English ivy down. So just to forewarn you, I wouldn't do it. I would try to grow English ivy indoors, but you just have to stay on top of the pest preventatives because they're spider mite prone. And then you can see right here, cute looking prayer plant. This one is also for $5.98. And I'm actually gonna do something different in the future. And when I do some more plant shopping videos, I think if I'm able to come up with a budget, I'm going to see how many plants I can do in terms of like shopping and show you a plant haul of a specific budget. Now this one right here, I really love the yellow color of this Costa Farms croton plant right here for $5.98. And I do have to ask the plant foldies, if you bought any recent plants, what are the plants that if you've added to your plant collection? Please leave that in the comment section. I do appreciate all the engagement the plant foldies leave in the comment section. It makes this community a lot more fun. And to me, I learn more about you guys. And whenever I'm watching the live premiere chats, I appreciate everybody sharing how their day went, how things are going, whether you are going through a tough patch. You can share that in the community. We are definitely there to support each other out. And that's why I, strive to give you shopping videos on a daily basis. A lot of these plants you've seen yesterday, last week, last month, last year, but the sheer fact that you guys are still engaged and watching me pick up plants and talk about plants, it's just very humbling and I really appreciate it. So for now, plant foldies, I'm just going to continue to pick up some of these exotic angel plants. If you made it this far into the video, again, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button. It definitely helps push this content out. I'm telling you, if we're able to get 100+ likes in under 24 hours when the video premieres, I've noticed that the video takes off a little bit more and it reaches more people that may not have gotten a recommendation for my content until you've actually pressed the thumbs up button. So I saw that the other day and it really did help push that content out to more plant lovers like yourself. But as you can see right here, lots of gorgeous houseplants by Costa Farms. This one is a Fittonia, and with Fittonias, love the pink veining on this. Unfortunately, for an 8-inch hanging basket, $20.84. It just takes up too much surface space for me, so I kind of hold off on that. And then you can see over here, plant foldies, here is an Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue for $20.84. And I remember about 4 to 5 years ago, an Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue in an 8-inch hanging basket was really considered uncommon, on borderline rare for Costa Farms. I remember when people would find this at a big box store, it would be like a huge plant win. But these days, at least in the last 2 to 3 days I've been doing shopping videos, Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu Blue is pretty readily available at a lot of these big box stores. And then this dark foliage plant, this is a stunning purple waffle plant, beautiful plant for $5.98 by Costa Farms. Now, as far as this plant, again, it does require higher humidity levels. You definitely do not want to let the soil dry out completely, otherwise the leaves get a little crispy. And so as beautiful as this plant is, as beautiful as any waffle plant is, like the Snow White waffle plant and the Belgian waffle plant, I just can't grow them long term because I do not water my plants nearly as much as my plants really require. And that's really a fault for me. And I think a lot of it has to do with me just having such a demanding job. I work a minimum of 9 to 10 hours. I work every other weekend, and balancing that while being a content creator, it is just a lot to where sometimes my plant care takes the back burner. But now that I've moved a lot of my plants to semi-hydro substrates, it's made it a little bit easier for me to manage. And then you can see over here, plant foldies. I love my Aglaonema. This is an Aglaonema golden papaya also known as Aglaonema Golden Fluorite by Costa Farms, $19.84 in a self-watering planter. Love the look of this plant. Love Aglaonemas. If you have not gotten an Aglaonema and you're discovering my videos for the first time, consider getting it because Aglaonemas are super underrated, but they're so easy to care for. They are low light tolerant and drought tolerant. They're just a great plant, and I'm still baffled. If you're listening to me, I'm going to talk to you directly. And for those that are not a fan of Aglaonema, I'm going to ask, why do you not like Aglaonema? And for those that have never really considered growing Aglaonemas in their plant collection, why do you ignore these gorgeous plants? Like this Aglaonema Red Siam, there's like 3 to 4 plants in this one, and it's only for $15.98. You know, there's a lot of theories as to why certain plants are just not trending, and a lot of it has to do with just social media presence in general. It looks like we get a lot of our news from social media. A lot of social media you have to question though, because not everything is necessarily real. You know, there was a plant podcast episode on the Cultivation Corner where we talked about social media and the effects it has on plant trends. I will tell you, and this is just me being very much blunt and forward, I am going to be passionately campaigning for people to love Aglaonema. So hopefully you don't get tired of me talking about Aglaonema every 5 seconds in my shopping videos, but that's really the intent because I've noticed that plants tend to get more traction when people are posting about it, reposting about it, talking about it. And I've noticed that there is a little bit more plant influencing to Aglaonema. So I have to commend all of the plant foldies that have actually gone out and bought Aglaonemas. You are going to have an amazing plant grow for you long term, I promise. Now, as far as the planters here, this one I have been eyeing for more than a year. This is a ginkgo leaf planter. Love that. And, you know, I was thinking of using this as a catch pot for a semi-hydroponic planter, $10.98. I just love the color of it as well as the matte finish and more so just the simplistic shape of it. And, you know, as far as all of the planters at Lowe's, there's an eclectic amount of variety of planters that you can get. Now, this is the Twister lipstick plant, and it looks really interesting. It almost reminds me of like Hoya compacta or variegated Hindu rope. $20.84 in an 8-inch planter, and there's several of them. It looks like Costa Farms has really pretty much restocked on hanging baskets, so you're going to be seeing a lot of neon pothos, golden pothos, and even what you call a snow queen pothos. Some people will say it's marble queen, but the variegation is super high on some of the quote marble queen pothos that I think they're snow queen pothos. And then you can see right here, I'm just going to be picking up plants and showing you what they have available. Clearly, this is the production of plants or just the overage of plants. This one is Cupid's peperomia, beautiful plant right over here. Love that variegation. And so as far as the hanging baskets, again, Costa Farms is really bringing out some cost-effective, inexpensive plants, and these are rare and uncommon ones. So lots to pick from, which makes shopping a lot of fun. I have to ask plant foldies, when was the last time you've gone shopping? Have you gone on a shopping spree? Have you treated yourself to another plant? Leave that all in the comments. And I'm hoping that not only do we get 120 likes in under 24 hours for this video, I'm really crossing my fingers, and that can only be accomplished if you do it. I am also interested just to see what plants you guys are getting in your plant collections. I have to work this weekend, but I'm so excited because I will be going to PlantCon 2025 in Orlando, Florida. I already have my plane tickets. I will be staying at that same hotel as the venue, and the only thing I need to do is buy 2 early access tickets. Luke will be going with me. Plant Foldy Luke will be going with me. He is going to help me take care of my plants. And for any plant foldies that are going to the plant convention, PlantCon 2025, $125. Please send me a direct message on Instagram. I would love to meet you in person. I will be wearing my Grow Folds t-shirt, and I will be maskless, so you will see my face in full glory at PlantCom. But let me go ahead and just continue to show you the plants that they have here. If you notice plant foldies, isn't this exciting? Look at this neon pothos for $20.84. But there's just so many racks of plants. It is actually baffling to me, and you can see there's a little sport variegation on that neon pothos. Again, let me know what Costa Farms plants you actually have bought recently, what Costa Farms plants you want to see released this year. You know, it is all about the new year plants, all of the new plants that we're going to be seeing as far as releases. It looks like Costa Farms has already released a lot of uncommon and rare plants, and I am here for it. I am thankful for it, and I want to continue to go plant hunting and shopping, because who doesn't like shopping? I love shopping. It's just that I have to be really mindful about my finances. And then over here again, look at this Polynesian ivy. This is another plant I have been eyeing for quite a while. We have a term on our Cultivation Corner plant podcast show where a plant is a want or a need. A want is a plant that you can come back to and buy at a later time. A need is a plant that you have to buy, say it with me, plant foldies, today. And you know, typically a plant that's a want is going to be like an aglaonema. If it's an aglaonema I don't have in my plant collection, that is definitely a want. I will always buy it. Would I say I would put myself in debt for plants? No, but I would definitely spend at least $20, maybe a little bit more if it's an aglaonema that I don't have in my plant collection. And then you can see right here my favorite Epipremnum aureum, or what you call a pothos plant, neon pothos. Love this plant. $20.84 in an 8-inch hanging basket. And I did end up buying 2 hanging baskets when I went shopping at another Lowe's of the marble queen pothos, which I really think is a snow queen pothos. And then you can see right here all of the neutral color, the grays, the creams. Love this. That's really part of my plant aesthetic, and I've never seen that ceramic planter. Really nice. And I could even do planters that have some texture. I just don't want them to be super flamboyant. I like the more minimalistic look when it comes to planters. I like the more sleek look, and that's the reason why I am really gravitating toward more so Live Trends planters. But let me just continue to walk over here and show you what other plants they have available to purchase. I really want to get this plant. This is more of a want plant for me. This is a variegated peperomia teardrop. You can see that there's the 5-inch planter and then the 8-inch hanging basket. Love the lime colored green leaves on it. Beautiful plant. It's another plant that's easy care. You know, a lot of peperomias are super easy, and I'm just going to continue to pick up plants like this Juanita Fittonia for $8.98. Costa Farms exotic angel plant. And I'll just continue to pick up these plants to show you how much they cost and their plant IDs. Again, plant foldies, leave it in the comment section. Leave a comment for me. If you have certain plants that you enjoy buying from Costa Farms. You can see this one is an Epipremnum aureum golden pothos, although it looks more like a jade pothos. $5.98. And I say this in all my videos, so I will ask again because I need more participation. I don't think a lot of people have put their commentary in, but how do you say pothos? Do you say pothos, pothos, or like me, Epipremnum aureum? Please leave that in the comment section because comments also drive engagement for this plant YouTube channel. And like I said again, I am really hoping that by the end of February, we will reach to 12,000 subscribers. My ultimate goal is to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And by making consistent videos, I really hope that's what the draw is for this YouTube channel. So let me know in the comment section what other content you want to see. But as you can see right here, beautiful Rex begonia, and I love the metallic shine of Rex begonias. I need Rex begonias in my life. But I'm not going to add them in my plant collection. I will only admire them at like a big box store while I'm going shopping, because Rex begonias are a little bit more challenging. I have one in my plant collection, and what I do with my Rex begonias is you don't really want to get the stems or leaves wet. You want to just bottom water them. And what I mean by bottom watering a plant is filling up a saucer and then sticking the drainage hole, or just sticking the pot into the water for it to absorb the water. That way you don't get the stems or the leaves wet. You know, Rex begonias will either rot or melt if it stays in water too long. But then again, they also need to have moist soil. So, you know, begonias are a little bit more challenging to grow. Now, I really love this. This is a beautiful croton plant right here, $8.98. And part of me wants to buy the 5-inch planters. I am curious to see if anybody has actually converted a croton plant into semi-hydroponics. Perhaps that might make it easier for them to grow. But, you know, as far as a croton plant like this one right here, this is a croton batik. Or bush on fire. Look at how gorgeous that is. I actually like the texture of this. And the thing about it is, croton plants can get as large as 20 to 25 feet in height. And I remember seeing their full potential when I was actually on vacation to the Philippines last year. That's where my family is from originally. Proud Filipino American here. And I always say this, kamusta? Please leave in the comment section if you're also a fellow Filipino or a kababayan. Would love to see more content creators, Filipino content creators. There's a couple that I really wanted to shout out. One would be Sharina Talada and also Crazy Plant Guy. Those two are Filipino Americans as well, or just Filipinos that do plant content. And then you can see right here, I love this. I'm actually tempted to buy this Dracaena because look at how beautiful the shape is of this. I love the green striping. And, you know, as far as Dracaenas are also very easy to care for plants. They are low light tolerant and drought tolerant. And that's really what makes a plant easy care, is when they have the both characteristics of low light tolerant as well as drought tolerant. Does that mean that you can grow them in the dark long term? Not necessarily. They will tolerate it, but they definitely will not thrive and put on some size. Now over here is another Sansevieria trifasciata. This one is for $15.98. Really like the look of this variegation, and I cannot wait to show y'all my unboxing video from Succulents Asia. They were super kind to reach out to me via Instagram to send me some Sansevieria, rare Sansevieria plants, and they came out perfect. So stay tuned for that this week to see the live premiere for my Succulents Asia unboxing review. And wasn't expecting this, but I'm actually happy. $27.97. This is a trending tropical Costa Farms Monstera Thai Constellation, and this is really cool. The only thing about it is, if I'm going to compare Monstera Thai Constellation from Costa Farms and Wild Interiors, I would give Wild Interiors a slight advantage, because what I've noticed with some of the Thai constellations that are trending tropicals by Costa Farms, they tend to be more so on the lower variegation side. And so the thing about Monstera Thai Constellation is, number one, it should not revert to green at all. And then just as far as the variegation, you might be able to influence it with more bright indirect light. That's what I've been actually experimenting, and I've noticed that it's gotten a little bit more sectoral variegation. And as far as just a Monstera Thai Constellation, if you're looking for a Monstera Thai Constellation, you can go to Lowe's, a big box store, to go shopping. And I have to ask Plant Foldies, how often do you shop for plants? What do you do to save money while you're shopping? I want this to be an open dialogue between us on the Plant Foldy community, as well as with me reading the comments. So you can see right here, gorgeous Monstera Thai Constellation. My fear is that these Monstera Thai Constellations are not sold and they just end up going to Plant Heaven or just end up getting composted. But hopefully by sharing my shopping videos, maybe somebody in the Dallas-Fort Worth area will feel compelled to purchase and rescue these Monstera Thai Constellations. I love the fact that Costa Farms has a bunch of these new Epipremnum aureum or pothos varieties. This one is one by Costa Farms. It is the Epipremnum aureum lemon top pothos. Love this one. I ended up actually buying this online just because I didn't know if it was actually going to be released out in a big box store. So I ended up paying a little bit more, but this one is in a self-watering planter for $19.84. Love that these trending tropical plants are fairly priced, and if you go to a big box store like Lowe's, specifically this location, you'll be able to find some really good varieties. And in general, with spring coming around, I would say that that's probably the busiest time of the year for many nurseries, and so I am going to be super busy as well. I'm thinking, and this is just a thought, I may try to push it and do 2 videos a day, maybe once or twice a week, in addition to the daily shopping videos I make. So we'll see about that. But as far as all of the plants here, you got an Epipremnum aureum neon pothos. Love the look of this one as well. My favorite pothos by far, and it's because of the neon colored. In order to get that neon colored, though, you want to make sure that you are providing it with quite a bit of light. Otherwise, it reverts back to more of a deeper green tone. And then I'm just going to show you all of the blooming plants here. So we've got a bunch of bromeliads, different types of orchids, whether it is the dendrobian versions, and they're in hanging crates, and these are the prices right over here, and they're growing in just straight sphagnum moss. You can see we do have some bromeliads. So plant foldies, let me know in the comments section what you think of this Lowe's location. I would say that this is extremely full, so they've gotten some restocks, and you can see how cute these smaller Phalaenopsis orchids are. I'm not sure how much they cost, but these are by Costa Farms. And like I said, when it comes to plants, Costa Farms leads the way in terms of just having so many varieties, whether it's indoor tropical plants, bonsai, succulents, and cactus. They've got it all, and I would love to be able to someday see the Costa Farms facilities, because I'm sure it is going to be magical. I'm sure that for anybody that loves plants, just seeing the sheer greenhouses and just the massive amount of plants that they produce for all of us would be a sight to behold. And you can just see right here, Phalaenopsis orchids. I love that they have so many different faces, and that's another one that I would love to add more to my collection. I feel like I don't have a lot of blooming plants, but when you think about all of the colorful Aglaonema I have in my plant collection, there's quite a bit of color for sure in my collection. So I'm pretty satisfied with what I have currently. As far as like pothos plants, so all of the new pothos releases or just plant restocks, again, I want to recommend growing Epipremnum aureum or pothos plants. They're easy. They're going to make your houseplant collection look beautiful. They're cost effective, and even though they are underrated and overlooked plants, I would recommend them. And you can see right here, Costa Farms. I love the color of this planter. This Costa Farms yellow, but I'm not as big of a fan of the combination of plants. So we've got a croton plant here mixed with a parlor palm. Let me know in the comment section, plant foldies, what you think of this particular combination. But as far as the combination planters, the mixed planters, I'm not 100% sure if I'm sold on them, because number one, not all of the plants have the similar care tips, although I would say of all the Costa Farms planters, I do love the look of this cream one, and who doesn't like a beautiful Dracaena Florida Beauty? I love the galaxy speckling on the leaves. Beautiful plant right next to that Fittonia right over here, and that's what makes shopping fun. Whenever you are just going to a big box store to go shopping for plants, you'll see that there's just many varieties, and it actually makes for a fun window shopping experience. And that's really what I am doing today. As tempted as I am about just getting plants, you can see here we've got a bunch of Chinese elm bonsai right over here. I believe these are for $30, somewhere around that range. And then we have some Pachira aquaticas. We've got a gorgeous looking Hawaiian spider plant. So this is a little bit different than the regular spider plant. You can see that it's got more of a robust look about it, as well as just the variegation or the striping. It's got a little bit more green than that white cream color that a spider plant has. These are pet friendly, so I love spider plants. And then as far as the Epipremnum aureum, again, golden pothos. Do you say pothos, or Epipremnum aureum? $16.98, really good value for it. And this one has quite a bit of variegation as well. So with the golden pothos, you really do need to give it a lot of light in order for it to keep its variegation. Otherwise, it ends up becoming more of a greener jade pothos plant. But you know, there's nothing wrong with green plants, but if you're looking for that variegation, pothos plants are really influenced by the amount of light you give it. Some plants are a little bit more based on the initial genetics of the plant, but some plants are really influenced by the amount of light you give it. And then as I pan around over here, we've got live trends plants, urban jungle plants. This one is, let's take a look at the price. $24.98 for a pearls and jade pothos. And then you can see we've got many different types of live trend and urban jungle plants. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. This is a live trend self-watering planter. $14.98, and this is a gorgeous Alocasia cuprea. I really hope somebody will pick this up because look at how gorgeous this Alocasia is. I would collect more Alocasias, but the only problem is I don't have any more lechuza pond to take care of the Alocasia, so I have to put it in lechuza pond. That's the only substrate I would grow an Alocasia in, just because it has made it to where I can actually grow them long term. Beautiful dark foliage plant, and it's only for $14.98, which is an amazing price. So if you're looking for cost-effective plant pricing, if you're going shopping and you're wanting to save money on your shopping and your purchases for houseplants, compare and contrast your plant pricing or the prices at many different stores. You can even look for any potential sales or even coupons. I would recommend that. I mean, you can see right here, $14.98 by Live Transplant, self-watering planter, Alocasia dragon scale. Look at the undersides of the leaves. Beautiful undersides. The veining is beautiful. And when you touch this Alocasia, it feels so thick and leathery. It is not even, I mean, it's just out of this world. I would just say that for a plant to have all of those different types of dimensions, whether it's color, texture, and just the structure, it's so stunning. And then I do love the candy pink planters that they have as well. You know, pink is one of my favorite colors, that one, and then also this gray tone by a Live Transplant. So in terms of the planters, I am really more geared toward, it would definitely be Live Transplants because they just have a really nice, modern, sleek look about it. This one is a Zenzi ZZ plant, so it's a more compact version of a ZZ plant. Beautiful plant, one I would recommend, and one that I think is one of the easiest plants to grow in any plant collection because it is low light tolerant, drought tolerant, and can really be, you know, basically thrive with neglect. And then look at this pink planter as well. So you can see that Live Trends, huge fan of them. Live Trends continue to send out plants to the big box stores, and this particular Lowe's is very packed with new house plants by Live Trends, Urban Jungle, and Costa Farm. So we'll just keep walking around and I will show you what other plants they have available for purchase.
You don't want my heart, you don't want my love, you just want me crying over you. You don't want my heart, you don't want my love, you just want me crying over you. And I'm thinking about you.
This is a plant find, very interesting Epipremnum aureum Shangri-La pothos. So this is actually a Japanese pothos that has recently been released out in the United States by Costa Farms. Beautiful plant. It does look like spinach. This used to be more of an uncommon rare plant. Some people are not into it because it looks like spinach. I wouldn't mind purchasing one. I'm actually tempted to purchase one today. I have been collecting Japanese pothos. So far, these plants are actually from the Taruno World Series. So you can see this is the Shangri-La. So they've got the Shangri-La pothos, but I remember seeing the Champs Ulysses pothos and the Neon Enjoy pothos. I'm curious to see what other Japanese pothos Costa Farms will release out into the US market. This one is already trailing, so you can see that this is a really interesting pothos. It's super slow growing, however, but it is one of those unique looking plants. It's definitely a plant that has a very unique structure about it, texture about it. $19.84. I'm actually curious, plant foldies, and please leave a comment in the comment section with a timestamp. But would you actually purchase this particular Epipremnum aureum, this pothos plant? Leave in the comments below why you would purchase it or why you would pass on it. I would definitely want to purchase this, but I am going to hold off. Super proud that I am not spending any money today, or maybe I might, who knows, there might be a last minute plant that I run into, but it is nice to see that there are many different varieties of pothos plants specifically at this big box store, this Lowe's location. It makes shopping a lot of fun when there is a big selection. And you know, if I were to pick a pothos of all of the Epipremnum Epipremnum aureum Shangri-La, I would probably pick this one because it's already trailing. You can actually take a couple of cuttings here and propagate it. So I love that. I love the fact that Costa Farms has a lot of pothos plants available. Costa Farms, if you are watching this video, thank you for having so many unique and trending plants at cost-effective plant pricing. I hope you continue to put out some more pothos plants as well as Aglaonema. That is a special request from the plant foldies that watch this YouTube channel. But you can see right here, $19.84. So if you want to go shopping for pothos plants, definitely purchase this Shangri-La pothos. This is a Japanese pothos. So now you can go shopping for some of these rare Japanese pothos at a big box store. And that's what makes big box store plant shopping really exciting, really fun. And, you know, it makes plant hunting for these rare plants a little bit more exciting when you can run to these plants in person. So let me know in the comment section what you think of this pothos plant. And in plant foldies, if you made it this far into the video and you have not press the thumbs up or like button, please do. I know I've already repeated myself a lot of times in all of my videos, but it really does help push this content out. So if you don't have a YouTube account and you just watch it, create yourself a YouTube account. You'll be able to chat with us in the live premiere chats. You'll be able to press the thumbs up or like button. You'll be able to leave comments. So definitely need to do that or find a way to log into your YouTube account, because I love interacting with you guys. That engagement is amazing. And you can put your own commentary about the plants you're seeing. I mean, you can see right here, we've got a Syndapsis Trubii Moonlight, also known as the Silver Sterling Syndapsis. And then we've got a Monstera Stadliana right here, the Albo version for $19.84. So I'm just going to keep looking and pulling up all of these plants for you to see. See, I picked up the Golden Pothos, which is a common pothos, but here is another new release by Costa Farms. This is the Lemon Top Epipremnum aureum. Love this plant. It does get beautiful coloration. This one does require quite a bit of light, though, for it to really see that yellow top. It's one that was recently released by Costa Farms, $19.84. These ones are really good quality ones too, and these are not a bad price, and it's also in a self-watering planter. So if you're a pothos collector, definitely go to Lowe's or a big box store to do your shopping. And then I'm just gonna take some time and stop giving you some commentary and just really pick up the plants and show you what other plants they have available here, because this is a huge restock. So again, plant foldies, leave in the comment section what plants you're liking, what plants you're finding at your big box stores, what your plant shopping hauls are. I would love to know what plants you've acquired through shopping at big box stores or even local nurseries. So let me go ahead and just show you all the beautiful orchids, bromeliads, and other plants that they have available here. See that they have so many house plants available for us to buy at this Lowe's location out in Allen, Texas. This specifically is the McDermott Road Lowe's location. So, I went and filmed late afternoon, early evening. At this point, it is pretty dark now outside, but, as far as the plants, they just have so many to pick from. Like, look at this gorgeous bromeliad right here. And, a lot of the fun has to be with the process of being able to make plant content on a daily basis, to take you alongside with me as I go shopping for plants, or better yet, window shopping. I've kind of reframed it as window shopping because I am trying to save a little bit more money before I go to PlantCon 2025 in Orlando, Florida. I hope that I'll be able to meet some of the plant foldies out there. If you have Instagram, please send me a direct message and let me know if you want to meet up at PlantCon. I will be face mask off, so you will be able to see my face out at PlantCon 2025 in Orlando, Florida. I will be bringing some goodies with me. I will be bringing some Grow Folds t-shirts. I haven't really shown those in a while. Those are actually on for sale too. So if you want me to ship you a Grow Folds t-shirt, just send me a direct message in the Instagram page and also in the comment section. So let me know what you think, and I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy the content that I get for PlantCon 2025 Orlando. I'm not an official ambassador for PlantCon, but I do love promoting PlantCon and just showing you hours and hours of content. The thing about it is, whenever you look at some of the content creation out there, a lot of the times it's done through reels or shorts or TikTok videos, which are a little bit shorter form content. I am old school in a sense that I like to do longer format content. You know, I have seen YouTube evolved in the last 20 years. I actually was watching YouTube when it first opened up to social media, and yes, there is a lot of short form content, but I would hope that my viewers and cultivators and plant foldies appreciate the longer form content. Sometimes I think that just 5 seconds, 10 seconds, a minute, 30 seconds is not enough to really digest. And for me, I just like having that longer format. So let me know in the comment section if you do like longer format content or do you like shorter format content. For me, it's all about that long format. That way, it's bingeable. But anyways, you can see that there are some more Monstera Thai constellations. This one is by Costa Farms. Again, you can see that they've got some large leaves here. These are for $29.97. So they're slightly more pricey. But you know, they're still within the range of what Monstera Thai constellations cost at Walmart. But these ones tend to be a little bit larger leaf form. Now, is the variegation as high as some of the ones I've seen at Walmart? Not so much, but if you're still in the hunt for a Monstera Thai constellation, you can start finding them at Lowe's, which is really exciting. And then you can see over here some more golden pothos. So I'm just gonna spin around and see what other plants we have available. It's fun to, but you know, blog about the plants as I go plant shopping, and you can just see that Costa Farms has so many new plants available. This one is a glauca. I remember seeing this early last year in 2024 in spring, and what an interesting plant. I don't know a lot about glauca, so please leave it in the comment section. Again, if you know anything about plant care tips, this is the Belgian waffle plant, and I love the Belgian waffle plant, the snow white waffle plant, the purple waffle plant, but unfortunately, all those waffle plants are just not going to do as well in my care because I don't water my plants nearly as much. As a matter of fact, Tuesdays is my day off. I do a lot of my plant shopping filming on Tuesdays, but I also do my plant care there. So maybe I'll get to all of my plants. I'm just glad that I have them all in semi-hydro. A lot of my plants are in semi-hydro. It makes it a lot easier for me to maintain. And then you can see over here, we've got a Monstera celtipicana, gorgeous plant. Love the leaves. They almost look like pothos plants or Epipremnum pinnatums, but these are Monsteras, and I have one I had from last year. Very durable plant. It actually can tolerate a lot more drought than I would expect. So plant foldies, I'm just going to go ahead and just keep walking and showing you what other houseplants we have available before I end this video. It's just nice to always walk into a big box store, especially when they have a lot of plants to pick from. There's just so much overage that they haven't even had a chance to take all of these plants out. I'm hoping that these go to good homes, especially these Epipremnum aureum Snow Queen pothos. I do believe that these are Snow Queen pothos versus Marble Queen pothos because they're highly variegated. Look at how gorgeous this is. I ended up buying 2 of these already. I might even get a 3rd one because whenever you think about certain plants that you would add to your plant collection, whether you would add multiples, pothos plants, especially Snow Queen pothos, would be pothos that I would definitely purchase. It looks like a lot of the growers have a huge crop of pothos plants, specifically Snow Queen pothos. So, you know, Snow Queen pothos, it's at a big box store now, and they have Epipremnum panatum Cebu blue pothos. Love those in a hanging basket. This one is for $20.84. Really nice plant. Now again, my care tips for any type of Epipremnum panatum is you need to provide it with quite a bit of bright indirect light, water a little bit more consistently, because it will shoot runners versus foliage. But as far as the plants here, and you can see we've got another Snow Queen pothos available here. So if you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you're looking for some nice fresh restocks of plants to feed your shopping and your houseplant cravings, go ahead and go to Lowe's. You can see right here, this is a Syngonium Berry Illusion Neon, beautiful pink foliage. Love Syngoniums, love pink plants, $8.98. So I'm just going to keep showing you what other plants they have available before I end this video. Hopefully you have pressed the thumbs up or like button. If you haven't, please help me out. Please support this channel. Let's grow this channel. Let's see if we can get another 300 subscribers by the end of February. I would love to have 12,000 subscribers before I go to PlantCon 2025 in Orlando, Florida. And it will all be possible if you just help with the engagement, having YouTube push out this plant content to more plant lovers like yourself. And if you have social media, like if you have Facebook, if you have Instagram, if you have Twitter, if you have Reddit, if you have TikTok, share my video, share my link to the channel. I would love that, especially on plant Facebook groups. That would be amazing. And to the person that shared my my channel on the Dallas DFW Plant Peeps Facebook group, I really appreciate it. Hopefully we can continue to get some traction here. But as far as all of the plants, you can't beat this Lowe's. I would say of all the Lowe's I've visited so far, this is the most full and most consistent when it comes to restock. So beautiful view of here. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick up a couple of more self-watering planters. Now this one right here is a Sansevieria, and be sure to check out my Succulents Asia unboxing review, where I show you how I receive rare Sansevieria plants from Indonesia overseas. Really thankful that they reached out to me to do a collaboration video. So I ended up getting some free a rare Sansevieria. I would love to show you that process and how I pop them up in terracotta planters. So we'll definitely show you that. But you can see right here, we've got a philodendron white wizard for $19.84 right here. Beautiful philodendron. You can see that it is really healthy. Just a little bit of leaf burn on that one leaf. But other than that, Costa Farms is really putting out a lot of these trending tropical plants. We've got a Ficus elastica ruby right here. Now remember, plant foldies with Ficus elastica, you have to provide it with quite a bit of light in order for it to really do well. So make sure you are putting it at a south-facing window, a west-facing window, or better yet, grow it outside under a shaded area at first and slowly acclimate it into full sun. It will grow for you rapidly. And then these are beautiful Epipremnum aureum lemon top pothos, $19.98. Again, these are plants that are available at Lowe's. This is nice that you can find these more rare and uncommon pothos plants at a big box store. So go shopping, get some good value for your money. You know, definitely go compare the plant pricing. You know, big box stores are a good source to find plants, especially to get some really good deals. This one is an Epipremnum aureum lemon meringue pothos. Love this as well. Now with these smaller leaf pothos plants like lemon meringue pothos, global green pothos, enjoy pothos, neon enjoy pothos, those slower growing smaller leaf pothos, they do require a little bit more light as well as more consistent watering. So as far as my plant care tips, I would just recommend that. But as I close out this video and wait till the very end, I have some exciting news. Definitely check this out though, in terms of just the plants, and I will just continue to pick up some more plants before I end this video.
Through the pain, you were never once so vague. Cut the cord that kept us connected, blacking out the mirror where your light once reflected. All of the love from up above, we used to feel like a glove. All of the time we spent together in our prime, we were birds of a feather, different kind. We were laughing through the pain, you were never once over. Cut the cord that kept us connected, blacking out the mirror where your light once reflected. All of the love from up above, we used to feel like a glove.
I just say that I am so obsessed with all of these self-watering planters by Live Trends. You can see that those Alocasias, those jewel Alocasias, these rare and uncommon plant finds. I'm hoping that for those that live out in Allen, Plano, Frisco, McKinney, Prosper, Salina, go down to the McDermott Lowe's location if you are looking for some really nice houseplants. If you are a local Dallas-Fort Worth person, you can just get on I-75 or take the Dallas North Tollway and come check out this Lowe's location and go do your shopping. But anyways, plant foldies, please make sure you hit the like button, press the thumbs up button for this video. I would love to see us get more than 100 likes before this video ends. And then also, please subscribe to Grow Folds with all the notification on. This is Richie. I'll see you with a brand new video tomorrow. Bye.